Every year, millions of children are exploited worldwide. Child sex trafficking is one of the most hidden and devastating crimes around the world. It can happen in every country, every community, and many ways we don't expect.
Trafficking doesn't always begin with violence. Sometimes it starts with a message online. Other times it happens face to face, through people a child may already know.
In this documentary, we will explore how child sex trafficking both happens online and in real life, and the laws and efforts in place to stop it.
By understanding how trafficking works, we can learn how to recognize it, prevent it, and protect those most at risk.
Predators are getting into your home and your kids are inviting them in.
Many children spend hours on social media, games, and messaging apps, but behind innocent chats, traffickers sometimes wait for an opportunity to attack. Traffickers often start by making contact through social media or video games. They don't always look like criminals, they can appear friendly or kind. An analysis of data from the National Human Trafficking Hotline found that in 2021, the internet was reported as the top recruitment location overall, with most individuals being recruited online. Another study found that some traffickers use fake profiles and staged lifestyles to attract and manipulate minors online. These fabricated identities help them seem trustworthy while hiding their true intentions. While these flattering messages may come up as friendly or harmless at first, they are actually the start of the predatory cycle. Once contact is made, traffickers use psychological manipulation tactics to control victim. These tactics may include emotional pressure or isolation. Emotional pressure. Traffickers often use a tactic known as love bombing to create a powerful emotional bond, showering the victim with affection and gifts to create a sense of intense loyalty or depth. Once this bond is established, they pivot to emotional manipulation using guilt or gaslighting to make the victim feel responsible for the trafficker's well-being. By making the victim feel that the only person they can trust is the trafficker, the exploiter creates a psychological trap where the victim feels an emotional obligation to comply with demands. Isolation. Isolation is a key factor in this cycle because predators try to separate victims from safe people in their lives. By cutting off close contact with people around them, it makes it easier for the trafficker to gain control of their victim. Traffickers try their best to reduce the victim's access to help or outside perspective, so making them cut off relationships make it easier. Psychological isolation is one of the steps in grooming because loneliness creates dependency on the predator. Due to the victim pushing everybody out, their lives rely on the predator. The isolation makes it more likely that the victim will accept the predator's lies, lower their guard, and go along with the orders which lead to exploitation. Technology did not create grooming. This has been existing for many years, but the variety of platforms in existence and growth of our digital environments have made it easier for predators to create and gain control of children. A hotspot for predators to lure children in is through social media. Hey Deja!
Hey, Adeline.
Did you hear about that new app that came out?
What new app?
Oh my gosh, it's like this new app where you can like film videos and take pictures and socialize with people on the internet.
Really?
Yeah, do you want to download it so we can follow each other?
Yeah, sure.
Here, look.
Oh my god, I'm about to look so good for this app. I can't wait to make new friends. Wow, I made a new friend already? Oh my god, he's so nice. What? Oh my god. I have to go tell Adeline. Hey Adeline.
Hey,
You wouldn't believe what happened.
what happened?
You know that app you told me to download?
No.
Some creep tried to get me to send pictures of myself to him.
Oh my gosh, no way. I didn't know things like that could actually happen.
Yeah, I blocked him. You should delete that.
Okay, I will. 1 in 3 young people also said that the friends they make online are among their closest confidants. Once a predator has a photo, they use it to scare the children, threatening them to show it to their family or friends if they don't do what they say. This creates a trap where the child feels too ashamed to tell anybody, making it hard for them to escape the predator's control. Lennon Torres, a survivor of online grooming, has grown the confidence to share her story to the world about her experience. At 13 years old, she created a fandom through dance and premiering in reality TV shows. Just like any teen, she had social media apps that led her to adult chat sites where she met predators and got trapped in the predatory cycle.
They would be nice to me until I would decline showing them more of me, to which they would threaten something along the lines of, I have screenshots of your face, and if you log off, I will post them everywhere.
Lennon's story shows how dangerous social media is and how one conversation can lead to anything. How to protect kids. While sex trafficking is a very serious problem, there are many ways to protect children out in the world. Parents can play an important role in protecting kids from these predators by using technology to monitor internet activity. Today I'm going to be interviewing Isabeta Jimenez.
Hi everyone, my name is Isabeta Jimenez. I am a school counselor and I am also a BCBA student, and I am very happy to be doing this interview for this project.
How effective are digital safety programs in preventing online grooming and exploitation?
The digital safety programs can be effective in preventing exploitation and sex trafficking, but also we need to combine those programs with the parental control in order to keep the children safe online. And also as a community, we can all work together by maybe creating safe groups where parents can all rely on one another, and that way we can all do our part in protecting our children.
Thank you very much. Parental controls and monitoring tools can alert parents when children receive suspicious or potentially dangerous messages. These tools help prevent children from being pressured into harmful situations and provide an added layer to safety online. Trafficking does not only start in the streets, it can also happen in the comfort of your home. If you see the signs, speak up. If something feels wrong, trust that feeling and never be afraid to reach out.
A Disney employee is among more than 150 suspects arrested in a human trafficking bust in Polk County. Fox 13's Carla Byron tells us more about what the sheriff's office calls Operation Autumn Sweep.
To put the scale of this issue, the International Labor Organization estimated in 2022 that 3.3 million children are being exploited through sex and labor trafficking at any given moment. That is 3.3 million individual children whose lives and stories are being defined by exploitation. This isn't just a problem in places far away, but a global issue that requires the need for action and protection for children everywhere. The sheer number of cases, 3.3 million, shows the severity of the situation in real life. As we move forward, it is vital to understand that child trafficking can take many different forms, many of which are intentionally hidden from public view.
We don't really think about child-on-child molestation, but it's something that exists, and it's, can happen usually in family because kids are left alone, or somebody is in the other room, or somebody has been exposed to something, or maybe somebody else had been touched by someone older or whatever. It becomes a thing.
One of the biggest misconceptions is how trafficking begins. It often starts with a story of vulnerability. Traffickers find what a person needs most, whether it's love or just the money to survive, and they provide it. What looks like a helpful or loving relationship can actually be the first stage of manipulation, leading to sex trafficking. We must learn to look past the surface of kind gestures to see the potential for control and danger. Another hidden form of trafficking is forced marriage. Traffickers use coercion, violence, threats, and deception to force individuals, particularly women and girls, into these situations. By twisting a normal relationship like marriage, they hide their crimes in plain sight. Trafficking isn't always a kidnapping. It is often about sneaky, abusive control within a relationship. Labor trafficking is equally difficult to spot because it often mimics everyday activities. Children are forced into begging, street vending, door-to-door sales, or even criminal activities like drug trafficking. The problem isn't just the traffickers. It's also the systems meant to protect the children. For example, a Senate inquiry found that when tens of thousands of children crossed the U.S. border to flee violence, The government failed to perform basic background checks on the adults who were given custody of them. This systemic failure put countless children at risk of being trafficked or abused by the very people meant to care for them. Our foster care system also faces massive failures. Many children in the system find themselves in unstable or unsafe environments, leading to homelessness and unmet physical and mental needs. Statistically, children who have experienced this kind of trauma and instability are far more likely to be targeted by traffickers. When the system fails to provide a safe home, these children are left with nowhere to go. Furthermore, failure to ensure children's rights in conflict situations, including domestic violence or family divorces, leads to widespread trafficking. Traffickers prey on the desperation of children who are homeless or orphaned due to family conflict. Child trafficking is an after effect of neglecting children's safety at home and in the community. When social services and law enforcement aren't there for kids in need, they lose themselves to traffickers. The impact on victims can be devastating. They don't just lose their freedom, they lose their identity. As one survivor puts it, they're no longer seen as people with dreams, but as products. Trafficking drains them of their sense of self and treats them like objects that are supposed to be used. This leaves them with long-lasting psychological scars.
Trafficking survivors experience such high rates of PTSD because of repeated and prolonged traumatic experiences, like physical and sexual violence and near-death experiences.
Physically, the toll is just as severe. Trafficked children often face physical torture, injuries, and chronic malnourishment. Because this happens at such a young age, malnourishment can stunt their growth and weaken their immune systems permanently. These physical traumas frequently lead to long-term mental health issues like PTSD and depression. Unfortunately, even for the survivors that escape, health problems commonly show up. Survivors mostly report neurological problems, traumatic brain injuries, and cardiovascular or respiratory illnesses. These health issues can create a domino effect, making it difficult for survivors to return to school, hold jobs, or maintain healthy relationships in the future. We must be aware of these long-term struggles to properly support survivors. We cannot afford to just scroll past when we see harm happening. Every one of us has a role to play, whether it's reporting suspicious activity, supporting safety organizations, or educating others about the signs. We need stricter laws and a collective effort to ensure that every child has a safe environment. Let's work together to protect the children of this world.
Countless victims of human trafficking walk among us, invisible, until now.
Every year, thousands of children fall victim to one of the most brutal crimes imaginable, child sex trafficking. Today, we're going to explore the laws and efforts and the ongoing fight to protect the most vulnerable. The fight against human trafficking began, but it wasn't until the early 20th century that the child trafficking was specifically recognized as a crisis requiring legal action. The Trafficking Victims Protection Act was the first major U.S. law aimed specifically at combating trafficking. It created federal penalties for traffickers, making human trafficking a federal crime. The law set a foundation for the fight against modern-day slavery with a focus on prevention, prosecution, and protection. Over the years, the TVPA was reauthorized several times to make it stronger. These updates expanded protection for victims and added more services for survivors, like shelter and legal help. Each authorization showed that trafficking laws need to change as the problem evolved. Human trafficking happens all over the world, not just the United States. In 2000, the United Nations created a protocol to help countries come together and stop human trafficking. Many countries adopted stronger child protection laws because of it, showing that this is a global issue that requires global action. Laws are only the first step. Enforcement agencies work 24/7 to locate victims and bring criminals to justice.
And a dozen victims of sex trafficking have been rescued here in San Diego, some of them as young as 12 years old. This multi-agency operation has led to 4 felony arrests.
Our guys that work on the task force have certain techniques that they use to facilitate this, and that's what they use. I don't want to go into too much detail on that as well, but we were at a local hotel using that, as a point of contact.
These videos show the work of law enforcement agencies who are committed to fighting sex trafficking. Their dedication is evident as they work 24/7 to protect vulnerable individuals and to bring perpetrators to justice. It's a powerful reminder to the ongoing efforts to combat this crime. In these images, it shows news releases and articles about law enforcement operations targeting human trafficking. They detail successful arrests made and the ongoing commitment of agencies to combat these crimes. The information emphasizes the serious nature of human trafficking and the efforts being made to protect victims. Behind every statistic, there's a human life.
As a homeschooler at the time, I didn't really have a lot of real life friends, and when I got this attention online and all these friends online, it was really different for me. At first, I didn't even see the danger in it. I didn't understand how wrong it was and how terrible the act was.
As you can see from the video, she thought she was meeting new friends with no bad intentions and didn't think anything of it, like many people. Traffickers tend to look for trust, loneliness, and kindness in a person. They don't just start with violence. They start with the friendship. This story should tell everyone how trafficking happens quietly and it can happen to anyone. To stop human trafficking, countries have made laws that say it's wrong to trick or force someone into work they don't want to do. These laws help punish people who are doing the trafficking, and they can go to jail or pay big fines. But the laws aren't the only thing that helps. People are also working to stop trafficking by teaching others what to look for, like if someone seems scared or is being controlled. There are also safe places where people who have been trafficked can go get help, like a place to sleep or someone to talk to. The police are learning how to find traffickers, and the countries are working together to stop trafficking that crosses borders. It's also important to help people who might have been easily tricked, like people who don't have much money or good education. By making sure everyone knows about trafficking, helping people who have been trafficked, and stopping the reasons why it happens, we can make a big difference. How can we help stop sex trafficking ourselves? As adults and teenagers, we should be able to take action to end trafficking by learning the signs of trafficking, supporting survivor organizations, reporting suspicious activity, and advocating for stronger laws. Learning to recognize trafficking helps protect vulnerable people, supporting organizations that help survivors provide them with safety and resources. Reporting suspicious activity alerts authorities to potential crimes, leading to more arrests and fewer victims.
Now, what are the penalties for trafficking and aggravated trafficking? It's 10 to 40 years in the penitentiary, and that 10 years is a mandatory minimum. There's no parole from that. There also isn't any probation. When it comes to aggravated trafficking, the judge is going to sentence somebody to 25 years to life in the penitentiary, and that 25 years is also a mandatory minimum. Now,
sex trafficking is happening everywhere, and what can you do about it? Pursue a civil claim. What does that mean? You can hold institutions accountable for the trafficking, and you can receive financial compensation for your injuries.
With these videos, understanding the penalties for sex trafficking is important. Perpetrators face significant jail time and financial penalties. You can make a difference by knowing the signs. Child sex trafficking is real, and it's happening now. But laws, communities, and individuals are rising to meet the challenge. Your voice matters, your awareness matters, and together we can protect the innocent.
Oh my gosh, Adeline, what happened?
Through social media or video games. They don't always appear. Oh my gosh, appear.
3.3 million shows the severity of
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. By understanding. I can't. can learn how to recognize it. You can move up. I didn't move up. We can learn how to recognize it, prevent it, and protect those most at risk.